Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your November 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic crossbread as always, and also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom of the oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your folks should be as far as that goes. Alright, so of course in this context, first house energy would be Taurus for you guys, and astrologically speaking, of course, we will have that full moon in your sign right around the middle of November. That's going to be pretty close to Uranus as well, so that could be a pretty intense full moon. Alright, we have Leo. So astrologically speaking, that area of the zodiac's quiet right now, but we will have Mars moving into Leo right around the end of the first week of November, and that's 4th house energy for you guys, which points to home, roots, family. And we have the South Node. So the South Node's actually in Libra, which is your 6th house of work, health, daily routines. So there could be some energy being released from that area of your lives this month. We'll keep those in mind as we go through the main spread. Alright, in the main situation position, we have the Ace of Wands, and then challenging that, we have the Devil. So this is Capricorn energy here, and this could just be saying that you might want to do something new, right? Maybe change the pace up around some area of your life, but you might feel like there are obligations weighing you down right at this time that you can't really free yourselves from to actually explore something new. So that could be what's going to be bothering you the most this month. And I will say, as far as Capricorn energy goes, we do have Pluto still moving through there until around the 20th of November, and then it'll finally be out of Capricorn for good. So you might start to feel the energy lift a little bit once that happens. Right, in the foundation position, we have the King of Pentacles. So this is actually Taurus energy here, so could definitely at least be saying that on the one hand, you do feel like you're comfortable and feeling like you're on top of your game, but again, like I said, you might feel like it's more outside circumstances that are disturbing your desire to do something different this month. Right, in the past position, we have the 5 of Cups, so this is actually Scorpio energy here. So it could just be saying that, yeah, I mean, if we look at the 3 cups filled there, usually 3 of Cups energy points to more of a light celebratory energy. So it could just be saying that you might feel like you can't really get into that energy anymore, right? So, all right, so given that we see the King of Pentacles in foundation, let's just say it's one of those things where maybe in your career, right, maybe you took on a lot more responsibility and maybe it's giving you financial success, but it's also taking a lot of your time away, right? To like, okay, yes, I have this financial success, but I don't really have any free time to actually be able to enjoy that success. So that could be one of the types of themes you're grappling with this month. Right. In the present position, we have the Hermit. So yeah, so to me, this says that you have probably been withdrawn for a little while and really looking at these themes, right? Like I said, maybe second guessing, like, okay, am I on the right path, right? Because at one point, this could have been something that you really wanted, but now you just feel like you're kind of stuck with it and you can't really free yourselves from it. Right, in the near future position, we have the Tower. So yeah, like I said, there will be a full moon in your sign this month, right in the middle of the month, and it will be pretty close to Uranus, so this could definitely be pointing to the energy as a time where you might feel all of a sudden a sudden jolt, and maybe that will shake you out of this energy to where you felt like you couldn't be freed from something. Or, again, like I said, given that Capricorn energy is in the challenge, if not around that full moon, maybe around a week later when we see Pluto move out of that sign. Right, the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Lovers. So yeah, so this is Gemini energy here. I feel like this is saying on the one hand, you really are hoping for things to be cleared up behind the scenes, right? You're hoping that, maybe there'll be some kind of divine intervention that'll help clear your plates for you. And in a way, that could actually be what that Tower energy is pointing to. Obviously, that doesn't look like a very comfortable energy, but it could just be one of those things where, if the energy needs to be released somehow, that could be how it happens. Right, in the environment position, we have the Seven of Cups. So more Scorpio energy here. And yeah, again, this could just be pointing to what I was saying. You just might be feeling like you're overwhelmed, right? You might feel like there's too many things to do, not enough time or energy to get it done. So that could be why you're just feeling a little bit drained right now. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Eight of Wands. So this is a Sagittarius energy here. And to me, if we just look at it in the general context of the spread, I feel like this is saying that you're hoping for things to free up, right? To see some movement. Because again, I feel like you might feel like you're just stuck in place at this time. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the Seven of Wands. So this is Leo energy here, and ultimately I feel like this is just pointing to you guys just feeling like you're overwhelmed, right? Like maybe there's too many demands coming toward you from too many different directions, right? Maybe your family needs a lot from you, your career needs a lot from you, your friends, right? So it could just be one of those things where you're just feeling a little bit overwhelmed and realizing that, okay, maybe on one hand you might be in a position of privilege around the situation, but you're starting to realize that there's a lot of burdens that come with that. Right, and the bottom of the deck we have the Six of Cups. So this is Scorpio energy here, and a lot of times this is seen as a card that could point to reconciliations, but here I feel like this is more of you just wanting to go back to simpler times, right? Like I said, to where stress levels were lower, there weren't so many demands on your time and energy. So I feel like you might even find a way to do that this month, right? Maybe reconnect with something that you knew brought you joy when you were younger, something like that to help lighten the mood. All right, moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have Don't Make Assumptions, and it says Let Your Life Be Transformed. Right? It says when you stop making assumptions, your word becomes impeccable and your life is completely transformed. Magic just happens in your life. What you need comes to you easily because spirit moves freely through you. So yeah, I mean, that definitely obviously sounds like a pretty good message there. I will say when it talks about words, right, and perspectives, things along those lines, it does remind me of the fact as well that we will have Mercury retrograde. That'll start around the 24th, 25th or so of November in Sagittarius. So for some of you, it might just impact more areas like investments, things like that. Maybe even intimacy to a certain point. But yeah, definitely something to watch out for there. All right, and from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Go the Distance. Here's the artwork, and the number is 47. All right, essential meanings says endurance, strength, the long haul. The Oracle's message. To bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. So yeah, those last two sentences definitely kind of struck a chord with me in this context as far as maybe if this is pressure you're putting on yourselves in a certain way, right? Where you feel like you have to constantly work hard, you have to constantly show up and do things for others and things like that. Could just be saying that, if you have a fear that if you don't do that, you might lose out on something. I feel like this is saying that you wouldn't have to necessarily fear that. All right, the relationship message says you either are in or are calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? All right, so definitely a positive message there for those of you who are looking for some relationship guidance. Hopefully that resonated. And then the prosperity message says your most precious dreams are not about instant gratification, but enduring prosperity. This is a time to think long term and engage in continued action. You will experience momentum building as you translate the ebb and flow into slow and steady movement forward. Your efforts, ideas, and hard work now can lead to greater riches than you can imagine. Stoke the fires, and an uninterrupted stream of energy is available to support you in all the phases of manifestation. Be assured that you're in the right place right now. So yeah, another supportive message there, and it could just be saying, like I said, for a couple of these energies I'm seeing, I said potentially when we have that full moon in your sign could be one time where you might start to feel some pressure get released, or if not, then when Pluto goes back into Aquarius, might be when you actually start to feel the energy lift a little bit as well. So for some of you, it could just be more of a temporary thing, but also, like I said, it seems like it's telling you if you're putting pressure on yourselves and it's not necessarily external pressure, then try not to be so hard on yourselves in that regard. But hopefully that resonated with you guys. Wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.